Good evening. This is the 2021 Teachers Fest Virtual Extravaganza. Joining us tonight is the 2021 National Teacher of the Year, Juliana Urtubey, DC's 2021 Teacher of the Year, Alejandro Diaz-Granados, Montel Jordan, American pastor, singer, songwriter, and producer, NFL Hall of Famer Darryl Green, NBA All-Star Gary Payton, award-winning journalist Jacqueline Cacho, celebrity makeup artist Derek Rutledge, comedian Guy Torrey, Food Network's Chop Champion, Chef Eric Marshall, world-renowned doctor Dr. Roderick Williamson, and elite financial industry expert Shirley Liu.
Hello everyone, ¿qué tal familia? I am Jacqueline Cacho and today I feel really honored to be part of this great event, the Teachers Fest. I want to congratulate my wonderful friend, a very hardworking woman, Dr. Sargini Richards. Congratulations, you make this event happen and it's a total success. Congratulations to your team as well because this is not easy. Today we are celebrating the teachers, not only from around the country, but from around the globe. Felicidades a todos los profesores. I remember when I was a kid, my teacher used to tell me, Mija, work hard, determine yourself, and be very focused on your goals because that's going to help you to accomplish any dreams in your life. And you know, that is stick with me. Yo lo tomé conmigo. And that really helped me to accomplish a lot of dreams in my life. You know, when the parents are not home, the kids go to the school. So teachers become the second parents. So let's congratulate and celebrate all your efforts because teachers, you are making generations be better. Congratulations to all of you. Felicidades a los profesores porque ustedes trabajan para crear mejores generaciones día con día. La verdad que son unos héroes. You guys are heroes for all of us. So congratulations and let's celebrate together the Teachers Fest.
Jacqueline Cacho.
Good evening and welcome to the 2021 Teachers Fest. This evening we are excited to celebrate you and every other teacher around the country. My name is Alejandro Diaz-Granados and I grew up in Prince George's County, Maryland. And I'm the 2021 DC Teacher of the Year, and I'm happy to join the celebration this evening. This past year was definitely challenging for so many teachers around the country, and we got a closer look into some of the obstacles that our students have to overcome to even attend school. I saw teachers dropping off materials at students' homes, reading stories outside of students' homes, and at our school, many of our students didn't have access to technology, so we advocated and made sure that everybody got access to a device. This year, teachers put the weight of the country on their backs and carried it with no complaints. And that does not go unrecognized. So tonight, I'm happy to celebrate everything that we went through this year, and I'm hopeful that we'll all be able to meet next year when Teachers Fest is held in person right here in DC. And I'm happy to pass the mic over to tonight's host, Dr. Sargini Richards. She's the founder of Teachers Fest and has been in education for over 27 years. And tonight, I'm happy to support her, this event, and all of you.
Thank you, Alejandro. We are honored to have you join us this evening. Welcome to the inaugural 2021 Teachers Fest Live Virtual Extravaganza. Classes in session. As educators, we know all too well how to motivate, inspire, and empower our students. Tonight, with the help of our peers and special guests, we will learn how to motivate, inspire, and empower ourselves. Let's celebrate teachers worldwide. I am your host, Dr. Sargini Richards. I founded the Teachers Fest because I recognized an unmet need. Teachers were not being applauded for their hard work, and they were also underpaid as well as underappreciated. Well, that's where Teachers Fest has come to the rescue. We are sounding the alarm, and it is time for teachers across the world to receive the praise and appreciation they deserve with the help of our sponsors and partners. With over 27 years of experience in education as a grade school teacher, school psychologist, and a professor, I've had the pleasure of experiencing education from so many perspectives. With each year, I grow more and more enamored with our profession. I'm a third-generation educator. Both my mother and grandmother were educators. I am honored to have experienced firsthand the difference that a teacher makes in the world. We are all here at this event because it is important that we pour into our communities.
What would the world be without teachers? The greatest scholars, world-renowned doctors, fastest athletes, amazing dancers, most talented musicians, gifted artists, curious scientists, and skillful engineers were inspired, motivated, and empowered by a teacher. Teachers are the force that push the world forward, changing one mind at a time, lifting one spirit a day. From pre-K to graduate school, teachers make a difference in our communities. Now it's our time to make a difference for them. That's why we're excited to present the inaugural Teachers Fest, a virtual extravaganza where we celebrate and honor the hard work of teachers worldwide. Let us celebrate you.
Now we will hear an inspiring poem from a fellow Howard University graduate, inspired by the mission of Teachers Fest.
Thank you to those that teach. Not all of us are teachers, but we've all been taught. Anytime I'm in search of encouragement, I hear the words of my teachers, who taught me to love the me that is me authentically, that taught me to use words and not fists, to always ask why, swallow my shy, and stand in the moment speaking my words and thinking my thoughts. You are born a teacher. It's not a profession, but an essence, the core of a person, an essential part of our global whole. It's my firm belief that when the Creator created the earth and all the humans and all the wonder and all the beauty, the Creator created teachers. Born were you, those that would stand with a posture of patience and preparedness, with a spirit on fire for change, a heart big enough for little souls and big souls alike, ears to hear truth and eyes to see the best in me and you. Teachers are the gift that keep on giving, molding growth, shaping safety, and fusing spirits with endurance, fostering laughter, enabling innovation. When I close my eyes, I can still smell the safety of the classroom, can still feel the warmth of budding possibilities, can still hear the joy in the teachers' voices each time we made an academic breakthrough. My teachers always made me believe in myself. They saw past my awkwardness, encouraged me to step out on faith. It's a constant caring that can't be replaced, or bought, or taught. It's the gift in you. It's the God in you. Not all of us are teachers, but all of us have been taught to work at what's important to us, to walk in integrity and style and grace, to lift others when they are down and up too, to learn and apply what we've learned. My teachers taught me that, and I'm sure yours did too. Not all of us are teachers, but all of us have been taught. And so it should be a matter of fact that teachers make the world go round. And every time we meet one, we should thank them. And we should thank you. Because not all of us are teachers, but we've all been taught. Thank you.
Thank you for the expression of appreciation for educators. May God continue to bless your talent. We are so happy to announce that 10 educators will receive a laptop from our awesome sponsor, Educology Solutions, out of Washington, D.C. Right now, we are announcing 5 lucky winners. Drum roll, please. Thanks again, Educology Solutions, for helping us celebrate teachers. We are so excited to be able to give away 5 more laptops. Stay tuned. Later this evening, we are going to announce the winners. Next up, we have an important message from the Mental Health Technology Transfer Center. Our sponsor and partner has afforded us the opportunity to share their valuable resources with you tonight. There is a huge unmet need for mental health services among children and young adults. On the company's website, you can learn more about this crisis, as the American Academy of Pediatrics reports more than 20% of children and adolescents have a mental health condition. Yes, 20%. Professors, did you know most chronic mental illnesses begin by age 24? It is critical for those young people who need assistance to begin receiving mental health services early. Listen to this important and vital information. After we hear from our sponsor, we have some exciting news about Teachers Fest 2022.
On behalf of the MHTTC Network and our partner, the National Center for School Mental Health at the University of Maryland School of Medicine, welcome to Classroom Wise. Funded by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, the MHTTC Network, Mental Health Technology Transfer Center Network, includes 10 regional centers, a National American Indian and Alaska Native Center, a National Hispanic and Latino Center, and our Network Coordinating Office. We provide free training and technical assistance to help disseminate and implement evidence-based mental health prevention, treatment, and recovery practices.
Through our School Mental Health Initiative, we provide technical assistance on the implementation of school mental health services to states, tribes, districts, and schools. Please be sure to connect with your MHTTC regional or national focus area center to find out about training and technical assistance in your area.
Funded by the Health Resources and Services Administration, the National Center for School Mental Health focuses on advancing research, training, policy, and practice in school mental health. We encourage you to engage with our National Center to access resources and support as you build and enhance your school mental health system. We also invite you to access our free online portal, the SHAPE system, to assess and improve your multi-tiered system of mental health and well-being support for students and school staff.
Classroom Wise, Well-Being Information and Strategies for Educators, is a 3-part package that assists educators in supporting the mental health of students in the classroom. We started by talking to educators and mental health and education leaders across the country about what information and resources would be most helpful. We also conducted an environmental scan of educator mental health literacy training and resources.
We're bringing this to you because we know that educators are critical in supporting our students' well-being and overall mental health.
I think mental health and learning about mental health is crucial for every teacher, no matter what level you teach. We all deal with it.
Mental health training is so important for educators because they're in a position to know students really well. They know their students' strengths and their weaknesses. They have an understanding about what their needs are.
The course will go through not only how you can create safe and supportive classroom environments that promote an overall sense of well-being, but also some strategies that you can use to promote social emotional competencies in your students as well as in yourself, and also how you can support students who've experienced adversities or difficulties or who might be experiencing distress, and how you as a teacher can work as part of an overall team to get students the support that they need so that they can flourish in their school environment and in their learning.
The second part of the Classroom Wise package is a series of brief, high-impact videos with teachers and students talking about bringing mental health into the classroom and demonstrating how to engage students experiencing mental distress. The videos are in the course and available on our website.
The first mission that I have is to learn and get to know all of my students individually.
What makes me feel welcome in the classroom is that they give me a big warm smile. They ask me about my weekend.
Remember, we're talking about what we did this weekend. Josiah, I see you're really eager to share with us what you did this weekend. Can you tell us what happened?
I'm able to communicate to my students that I'm a safe person just by being emotionally available.
Teachers can make students feel more comfortable about approaching them with problems if they're more chill and open to listening to the kids.
I would want a teacher to comfort me
and sit down and talk to me and give me some advice when I'm upset.
The third part of the ClassroomWise package is our website, www.classroomwise.org, where you'll find access to the online course, a video library, and all of the course resources, including tip sheets, guidelines, and links to key materials.
We understand the important role educators and school personnel play in supporting student mental health. Our goal is to equip you with strategies to promote student well-being and support students experiencing adversity, distress, and mental health challenges in the classroom. We hope you'll find this course impactful in your work.
So over the years, I feel like mental health has become more relevant in not just adults, but in students as well. And if a teacher is dealing with students, you have to teach the whole child.
So therefore, for me to take the certain classes that I need to take to make sure that I'm equipped to deal with whatever the kids are feeling, kind of help them cope. I think it is so important that we continue to learn about mental health and how it could relate to our students.
I think it's incredibly important to train teachers in mental health because it's kind of the element that unlocks teaching, because it's all built in relationships.
On behalf of the MHTTC Network and the National Center for School Mental Health, we hope you will find this online training course impactful in supporting the mental health of your students.
Thank you for your school mental health initiative. We're looking forward to a long-lasting relationship. Of course, we wanted to have this event in person, but COVID-19 had other plans. But that's all right, because we're gathering safely in our homes and safe viewing parties all throughout the world. Let's celebrate together next year. Teachers Fest 2022 will be a big celebration, a weekend full of nonstop fun, entertainment, and performances. 2022, we will have an in-person Teachers Fest in the United States Capitol, a center for change, a melting pot. Also the home of the Smithsonian Institute Museums, over 175 embassies, glorious cherry blossom trees, the home of the largest library in the world, where you can watch real money being printed when you visit the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. I can go on, but bottom line, there's no place like Washington, D.C. We can't wait to bring thousands of educators from around the world to the District of Columbia, where there is over 70 museums, and one of them is Planet Word, who is the Teachers Fest partner. The Planet Word founder, Ann Friedman, is a retired first grade teacher. Let's take a few moments to hear about her journey. Right before we announce another big prize.
Well, I loved language for my whole life. I loved words. I taught first grade reading and writing for 9 years, and then I retired, and I felt like I wasn't done. I still wanted to encourage literacy and didn't know how to do that. All the trends in literacy were going the wrong way, so I really felt like there was a need for figuring out something that could be done to capture the imagination of people and turn them on to books again, make them excited about reading and language. And then I read a story in the New York Times, this is back in 2012, about a new museum of mathematics in New York City called MoMath for short. And what the co-founders did was use a high-tech approach to bringing the abstract concepts of math to life. And when I read that, I thought, that's it. That's what we should do, I should do. Bring abstract concepts about language and words to life using technology and make language awesome, make words cool. In 2004, the National Endowment for the Arts did a study called To Read or Not to Read. And they found that readers were more likely to be active in their communities, to volunteer, and to vote. And so when I read about that study, and I realized that there was a more profound reason to have a museum of words and language, and that was to help support our democracy and build the basis of a strong democracy by creating readers.
We're off to a great start, but don't go anywhere because we have a big announcement that will help one of you well-deserving teachers visit DC next year.
Hello.
Hello, and welcome to Planet Word. Step up to the mic and say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yo. Hi there.
You're standing in front of about 1,000 words. And that's not even 1% of the entire English language.
Adventures in Wonderland have captivated audiences for generations. Off with their heads! Oh dear, I shall be late!
In this best-selling new kind of cookbook, Chef Samin Nasrat has taken the sprawling, daunting, multicultural subject we call cooking.
Everything's a wheel, turning and turning, never stopping.
The frogs is part of it, and the bugs, and the fish, and the wood thrush, too, and people.
All this wordplay gives the song an unpredictable vibe, exactly like a schoolyard where everybody is up to something.
What did the tailor think of her new job? It was so-so.
No.
Oh, come
that
on.
was not
Come on.
close to funny.
A little laugh.
Tonight, there is not a liberal America and a conservative America.
There is the United States of America.
If you use words to attack, you're turning words into a weapon. It's easy to forget about how much power words hold.
Salam alaikum.
Xin chào.
Merhaba. Hello.
Hola. I speak Arabic.
I speak Icelandic.
I speak Amharic.
Hindi. Korean.
Hawaiian.
Farsi. And I speak Hebrew.
Shalom.
Shalom. I'm not.
In Korean, we have 7 different levels of respect.
Navajo has a totally different.
Our culture is one of the oldest in the world.
Zulu is a click language.
My great-grandpa was the last speaker, but our language lives on in the names of places around DC.
Thank you for learning about my language.
To say goodbye, we say slonlath. Ciao.
Agur.
再见. Bless bless. Hagoene. Paalam.
I know you're excited to visit Planet Word Museum, the museum where language comes to life and experience exhibits dedicated to topics such as the history of the English language, how children learn words, and how music and advertising use words. Well, remember that special announcement? A free hotel stay in no place other than the magnificent Washington, D.C. Now I think it's time for another drum roll, please.
stay tuned to hear from comedian and actor Guy Torrey, as well as some super smart and grateful students.
This is an exciting night, and we have so much more in store. Tonight we have a celebrity makeover with Derek Rutledge, who is a well-known celebrity makeup artist. He is Oprah Winfrey's personal makeup artist and has also worked on the lovely face of our former First Lady Michelle Obama and other fabulous women as Patti LaBelle, CeCe Winans, and Yolanda Adams. Right now it's time for a message from Guy Torrey. You might have seen him in the movie Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence and on stages across the country. But I bet you didn't know this about him.
Hey, what's up? It's actor comedian Guy Torrey. And the teacher who most influenced me was actually a cheat, to be honest, is my parents, Robert Guy Torrey Sr. and Rebecca Louise Torrey, my mom, who's a retired educator. And also my sister who's a retired educator as well, Roberta McWoods. But my mom was a teacher, and I saw her put her students first sometimes, even over us, who cared a lot about their students, who cared a lot about not just their learning, but their well-being, cared about their hygiene, cared about their direction in life. So it wasn't just getting a check, which some teachers are today, unfortunately, but not my mom. My mom was a solid teacher. And my dad was not a teacher. He was not an educator, but he was a leader in the U.S. military, a drill sergeant. When you're a drill sergeant, you teach people. You teach your regiment. You teach your men. You teach your troops how to survive. And those things he instilled in us as children, as kids. Him and my mom together was an awesome combination. And my sister, Roberta McWoods, a retired educator in St. Louis, Missouri, as well as my mom, I'm telling you, watching them and seeing how much they care for their students beyond the classroom has a big impact on me. And so whenever I'm in a role of teaching, whether it be acting, whether it be comedy, or whatever it is, I think about my parents, I think about my sister being the great leaders that they were. To be a good teacher, you got to be a good leader. Thank you. And those who had the big impact on my life.
Hey, so a teacher who has inspired me. So many people that have inspired me through my life. But I'll probably have to say my drama teacher, Mrs. Thrasher. Ms. Thrasher was an amazing teacher, beautiful woman, beautiful black woman. Long braids just kind of reminded you of just that Diane Carroll feel. But my drama class, I was probably the only student who had professional experience, television and film. So I kind of went into drama class a little cocky. But Miss Thrasher quickly humbled me. And just taught me, hey, you don't know everything. And if you want to be the best, you have to study the best and be coachable, be able to listen, take direction. And that had a profound impact on me. Just doing that. I remember she put me in my first school play. It wasn't the lead. It was like maybe third or fourth character. It definitely wasn't the lead. And I think that once again, that was just to definitely humble me. But I just learned so much from that class and her. She has been an inspiration. I think I've caught up with her on Facebook and just told her that how much she really meant to me. And how much she had an impact on my life. And, without Miss Thrasher, I definitely wouldn't be the man that I am today.
I've had great school memories as early as kindergarten at Howard University Early Learning Program. The field trips, holiday programs, and projects are awesome, great memories. Riding on a bus to school trips with my friend, calendar time, and when the teachers taught us different things like math and rhyming are some of the specific memories I've had as early as from kindergarten. I've had great teachers. I think what makes a great teacher is the one who is always on track with the students, one who helps the students when they need them. I'm fortunate that I have had great teachers who I will always remember. My dad, mom, and family are great teachers too. They have all taught me a lot. I take this opportunity to thank all my teachers and all teachers from around the world for what they do for their students. Thank you, teachers.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Saunders, my third grade teacher, because he would play silent speedball with us inside when we had indoor recess, and it was just so fun. And we played football outside. And another thing is that he loved football. Like, it was his favorite thing, and that's my favorite thing. And I would only talk about football in my house, and then when he started talking about football all the time, I would talk about with him, and that just made me really happy because I can talk about football at school and at my home. And his whole room is filled with Pittsburgh Steelers posters, all that. That's the same with my room, but I'm a Dolphins fan, so we would always talk about that. And he would give us nicknames, which I thought was so cool. And he would give me the name Taco, and I was like, that name's with Rocco. So that's amazing. I love that nickname. So overall, he's probably the best teacher ever. He's just so kind, so inspirational, and just makes learning so fun.
New Bridges Elementary in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, New York, is an arts-integrated public elementary school that truly believes in empowering all students to be their best selves. At New Bridges, we share that Black Lives Matter and our voices have power. As you watch students sing and share their voices, know that your voice has power as well, and you can use your voice to create change in this world.
Thank you for these wonderful messages and stories. So happy to have you join us tonight. Now we're going to surprise one lucky teacher with a healthy meal. It's that time again. Drum roll, please. Because one of these hardworking teachers is going to hear a knock on the door and they will receive a healthy meal.
I am super excited about this next surprise. Reggie Kirkland is a special ed teacher who goes above and beyond for his students. Today we are going to surprise your family with a special meal and goodies to have and kick back while watching the Teachers Fest. Come on, let's go! Hi, surprise!
Oh, hey! Oh, wow!
Hi, Reggie, Austin, we are here on behalf of Teachers Fest because we wanted to surprise you with some wonderful healthy treats to watch during the virtual extravaganza.
Well, thank you.
Yes, and we also wanted to surprise you to thank you, your wife, Shalene Kirkland, for your commitment to your students as your professor.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate this so much.
Thank
you.
Thank you, Teachers
Fest. Wonderful.
We are so thankful for the community taking care of teachers by providing a healthy meal. I could smell the delicious and healthy meal from here. Next, we're going to talk about the history of the classroom from the first classroom to today's virtual classroom.
Before there was Plato, there was Plato, a Greek philosopher that founded the first classroom in 387 BC Athens. The Academy, after the Greek hero Academus. An adaptation of Plato's Academy in 1635, the first public school was founded in America. Putting the needs of pupils first, the classroom has seen many innovations over the centuries. During the Great Depression, classrooms were being designed to let in as much natural sunlight as possible. By 1960, schools adopted an open concept allowing teachers to easily move about the classroom. And in 2020, teachers continue to stretch and shape the minds of their students virtually in the midst of one of the largest pandemics in modern history. The classroom has gone through many iterations, but its commitment to saving, to being a safe space for growth, and to fostering innovation has never changed.
Now it's time to hit the runway. Let's head over to Anya by Vivian, where 3 hardworking teachers will receive a makeover from Nigerian-born and traveling designer Vivian Anya.
Hi, my name is Vivian Abakoba. I am an international fashion designer, and my brand is called Anya by Vivian. And today we're here to celebrate these wonderful ladies standing next to me. They are amazing teachers who have had a very long school year, and we are so proud of the work that you guys have done, holding down the kids, especially throughout the COVID, and today we're here to celebrate them. We are going to use passion to empower and celebrate these young women, and these are their before looks, and we are going to go backstage and then do the after looks. I bet you would not recognize them when they come out. Are you ready? Let's do this. Ta-da! Yay! Renee is wearing this beautiful royal blue outfit. It's a 2-piece gown. How do you feel in this outfit?
I feel like I could own it.
Yes!
Oh la la!
Woo! Look at Miss Tanya looking so fabulous in this modern, youthful mirror dress. This is so gorgeous. You could see the accent on the sleeves. How do you feel?
I feel amazing.
Yes.
I feel fabulous. I feel the way I look.
Oh,
fabulous.
Yes, yes. You wear it beautifully. Thank you so much. The next model teacher is Miss Monica. Woo! All right, look at me. I'm cheering for everyone. You look amazing. Look at you in this beautiful mirror spindle dress. Can you give us a little twirl? Oh my goodness. How do you feel in this gown?
I feel amazing. I feel fabulous. I feel like a mermaid.
Ooh, that's what I feel too. You look
I love the
terrific. Yes. Yes, yes. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be able to dress these ladies and celebrate this event with them. Thank you so much. You all look so beautiful.
Teachers, counting down the days.
Thank you, Vivian, for helping us celebrate teachers. Now, let's get into health mode. Ready? It's self-care time. Teachers, are you taking care of your feet? Yes, your feet. As educators, we stand on our feet for hours during the day. Dr. Ron Williamson, formerly named the most beautiful doctor in America, will be giving us some helpful tips to help our feet stay healthy so we can keep walking in our purpose. Dr. Ron has been featured in Ebony Magazine, Men's Magazine, and on various talk shows.
Hello, educators. I want to start out by saying thank you for allowing me to be a part of this year's Teachers Fest. I'm honored and I consider it a great privilege. I'm Dr. Ron. I'm a podiatrist, that's a foot doctor, and I practice in the Atlanta, Georgia area. I know that you guys are on your feet several days a week for extended periods of time. So I want to lend a few nuggets to help you keep your feet in good shape and keep them healthy. One of the most important things is choosing the correct shoe, making sure you have the proper fit, making sure it's both accommodative and supportive. So when you're in the shoe store, don't rush to find a pair of shoes. Spend some time with the shoe. Walk around in the store for several minutes just to make sure your feet are happy. Another thing, ladies, high heels were never meant to be an everyday shoe. I probably got myself in trouble for saying that, but high heels were never meant to be an everyday shoe. Complications can occur, like long-term wear of high heel shoes. You can get hammer toe deformities and bunion deformities. But if you choose to wear high heel shoes to work, I recommend taking some flats or taking some tennis shoes and switching them out throughout the day. It will definitely make your feet happy. The next thing is know your feet. If you have a low arch foot or a flat foot, we've all heard of that, or the other extreme, which is a high arch foot, it may require you putting an over-the-counter arch support in your shoe. That will give you some more accommodation and additional support. And the last thing, which may seem very simple, is give your feet a rest as often as you can. So if you're on your feet a lot, take a break, sit down, let them relax. If you treat your feet right, they'll go a long way. Thank you again. Enjoy this year's Teachers Fest.
As educators, we can sometimes get wrapped up in our work. There's nothing wrong with being passionate so long as we strive for balance. The next guest, Monife, will show us how to wrap ourselves around a holistic, healthy lifestyle with yoga.
Hi, my name is Monife Marshall, and I'm really happy to be a part of the Teachers Appreciation event. I'd like to share my favorite teacher was from the first grade, Mrs. Castleberry, and she was an amazing teacher. She was fun, she was tough, and she, I think, was the person, in addition to my parents, of course, who started my love for learning at a very young age. So big shout out to Miss Castleberry and all the teachers who love what they do and do it from their heart. So I know teachers experience quite a bit of stress throughout the day, so I'm here to share some self-care tips as it relates to yoga. And I want to just take a few minutes to have you join me with releasing stress. 95% of our stress is in our neck, our shoulders, and our hips. So we'll be working those three areas in just a very short amount of time. So sit up nice and tall. We want our feet underneath our knees. Legs are at a 90-degree angle, and we're sitting up tall, not slouching back. Good. Let's inhale, center, slowly exhale, turn to the right side. Then inhale, come through the center. Exhale slowly to the left side. Good. Gentle movements. Inhaling through the center. Exhaling right. Inhaling through the center. Exhaling left. Good. Now, if you've had neck injuries, you want to continue just breathing side to side. Inhaling, exhaling to the side. If you haven't, you can inhale, lift your head up slightly. And then exhale, relax the chin to your chest. Keep the spine straight and the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the head up. Exhale, chin to chest. Good. One more nice deep breath. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, chin to chest. Good job. Keep the spine straight. Sit up tall. Tilt the right ear to the right shoulder. Don't let this right shoulder lift. Relax it down and feel the left side of our neck and shoulder relax. And breathe. Good. Inhale, tilt the left ear to the left shoulder. Same thing. Don't let the left shoulder rise. Relax it down. Keep the spine straight and breathe. Let's rest our hands down by our side. Take a few deep breaths. Open the palms. Inhale the arms up. Connect the hands and slowly exhale down to the heart center. Close the eyes, and as we breathe here, we're congratulating ourselves for taking time to connect our mind, our body, and our spirit. We're grateful for this day, and we're sharing this compassion for ourselves and others, this love and joy. We're sharing with those we encounter the rest of this day, the rest of the week, and for the rest of our lives. Namaste.
One of Breathe for Change's foundational SELF strategies is called 3 collective breaths. It aligns with the social-emotional learning competencies of self-awareness and self-management, and truly just allows both students and teachers to calm down, ground down, and center in for effective teaching and learning. This is a practice that you can use throughout any moment of the day. It can be a perfect strategy to start a lesson. It can also be something that you integrate into a lesson if students need an energizer, or honestly, if students just need to calm down. It has multiple purposes and lets both teachers and students simply connect to themselves and stay focused. So this strategy with younger students can be differentiated to incorporate some fun animals into it. You can have them breathe into their bellies and feel into the experience of what it's like to just take some deep breaths. And with the older students, you can really talk about the physiology, the research behind it, the science behind deep breathing, and talk about how it can help them increase their confidence, their performance in school, and so on. The way that I would model it is this. So I would have students first ground down through their sits bones, find that comfortable seated position. So maybe that's in a chair at their desk, or maybe it's on the floor, or maybe it's standing up. Anything is possible. And then I would have them either bring one hand to the heart and the other over that hand, or just relax their hands in their lap. And then I would invite them to soften their eyes in front of them, or they can close them if that's comfortable. And take a big breath in and out. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in and out. So as you can see, it's a very simple, basic, foundational practice that has profound benefits. So we really encourage you to use it and integrate it into all aspects of your instruction.
So much more to come. Stay tuned for Basketball Hall of Famer Gary Payton and Football Hall of Famer Darryl Green.
If we kept track of all the steps teachers take throughout the school year, no doubt we would find our next Olympian. The next guest, Nadia, is a wellpreneur, fitness coach, and yogi who is passionate about cooking plant-based meals. Nadia comes to us with tips so that we can continue our quest for the gold during the school's out for summer months.
Hi, I'm Nadia, a fitness coach, plant-based nutrition advocate, health techie, and wellness entrepreneur. I'm passionate for fitness and wellness because I believe movement is medicine. Physical activity supports our overall health, and when we combine exercise with choosing nutritious foods that support our bodies, we can thrive. There's a huge connection between how we feel inside and out and how we show up in the world. Supporting others with living healthy, happy, thriving lives supports this world in becoming an overall better place. I appreciate our teachers. Teachers are a huge source of learning and support. Through their dedication, commitment, and creative thinking, they show us endless possibilities and opportunity for growth and advancement. We are because of their dedication and commitment to showing us the way through education. One of my favorite teachers growing up was Miss Shafi. She was patient, creative in her teaching style, and supportive. She made learning fun, exciting, and exposed me to so many different ways of learning. I know that many of us are working from home, and it's really important that we take breaks to move our bodies and get away from our screens. Here are a few ways that you can exercise during a break and come back refreshed. You can do these movements inside your home and or outside your home. So we're going to start with some shoulder rolls. We all know how to roll our shoulders. All right, so we're going to roll our shoulders up like we're bringing them up to our ears and then slightly roll them back. So bringing them up, rolling them back, up, and rolling them back. As you continue, I want you to come up on your toes. So expanding up and bringing your body up and back down. So coming up to your toes, bringing those shoulders up to your ears, bringing it all the way back and down. Let's do this a couple more times. And then you can reverse it. So bringing them up and forward and back down. Remember, we're going to come up on those toes. And if coming up on your toes is a little bit too difficult, you can always just stay in this standing position. All right, shake it off. All right, so the next movement we're going to do is we're just going to start bringing our knees and our arms up. And I'll actually do it this way. So we're going to bring our arms up and back down. Good. So reaching up, feeling everything stretch out and back down. You can also bring energy through your fingertips and back down. And then we're going to bring our knees up. So bring those knees, bringing everything up, lifting, engaging your core, lifting. Excellent. And again, if bringing those knees up is just a little bit too much for you, you can always just keep it going. Just bringing those arms, bringing some energy up into the upper body. Awesome. The next movement we're going to do are some squats. So you want to take your legs and bring them about shoulder width apart. You can also take them out a little bit wider. We're going to go into a squat and then we're going to take some rotation so we can make sure we're getting movement in all sides of our bodies. So we're going to hit that squat, sit back into our heels, and then as you come up, you're going to rotate out to your right. Go back into that squat, and then you're going to rotate to your left. So getting full rotation in your body, engaging your core, sitting back and down into your heels, and getting that full rotation. Yeah, so you can also hold your arms out, almost like you have a large beach ball in your hands, and rotate. Again, getting full rotation into your body, stretching out, functionally moving in all directions. Again, I'm Nadia Sherelle on Instagram, and I wanted to wish you a happy Teachers Week. Bye.
Thank you, Nadia, for helping us teachers stay fit. Is a teacher's benefit package worth its weight? Should it come with more than a matching 401k? Yes, absolutely. We deserve a private chef-level benefit package to match the hunger that comes from feeding young and hungry minds. Chef Eric Marshall, aka Chef E, the Food Network Chop Champion, aka Executive Chef for Tyler Perry Studios, and the multiple entertainers, including Broadway stars, will give us some tips and help around the kitchen.
Hi, I am Chef Eric Marshall, recent Chop Champion, Season 49, Episode 8. Now look, I am so happy to be here today because teachers make such an impact on our lives, on my life. I actually probably wouldn't be a chef if it wasn't for a teacher in my past. What I want to do today is a demonstration, a quick, easy tips and quick, easy meal on how to prepare something that you can do at home. Very simple and easy. So I want to give you guys a quick tip and example on how to make crispy salmon skin. Everybody loves that crunch and that texture when you bite into that salmon and then it goes crunch. Then you get that meat that is so delicious. I'm using the cast iron, so come with me. So what we want to do is get the oven to 400 degrees because this is where the magic is about to happen. You get your cast iron skillet, and we're using coconut oil for this one because it's much healthier than just sopping things with butter. And of course we have this succulent salmon piece here, and of course the E. Marshall knife. So we're going to start seasoning in a second so I can show you everything to complete this delicious, magnificent, crispy skinned salmon. So make sure you get your coconut oil, put it in your skillet, cast iron that is, and make sure it coats the bottom. So cover this whole surface. So when the salmon lays down, you're gonna hear that sizzle. So with my salmon, I love to try different seasonings. Today I'm using honey garlic, some Cajun style seasoning. Can't go wrong with that. And of course, we have our salt and pepper. Fresh lemon. So let's season the salmon. Oh yeah. So I have my greased cast iron skillet in the oven at 400 degrees. You're gonna see why in a second. One thing I want to remind you guys of is with your salmon, make sure the skin is all the way dry underneath. So this will help give it that nice crisp skin, and it's not gonna kind of boil. Whenever you get that notification that that oven is at 400 degrees, the salmon is ready to go into the cast iron skillet. And always remember, lay it going face away from you. Oh, hear the sizzle. And now back into the oven. I'm gonna leave this in here for 5 to 7 minutes. All right. So I'm feeling good. So what we're gonna do with this is actually add some red peppers, green peppers, onions, and saute some spinach. Let's get it popping. Ah, yes. It's been about 7 minutes now. And what we want is a core temperature for your fish to be around 145. So I'm taking my salmon out so it can rest, but it's going to rest skin facing up. And you can hear this crunch. Yeah. I'm sauteing the red peppers, green peppers, and onions and spinach. Always have some spinach on standby because we all know what spinach do once it starts to get cooked. But I don't cook mine too long because I like a little bit of texture still with it. So let's complete this meal. We are ready. So I squeezed a little bit of lemon on there. Yes. Presentation. There we go. We have sauteed red peppers, green peppers, onions, and spinach with a crispy salmon skin. Enjoy. Again, teachers, I really, really appreciate your hard work. This is actually dedicated to one of my close friends that passed away, and she was a teacher. So, Crystal Hines, I really love you. I appreciate what you did for the community. I appreciate what you did for the kids. I appreciate you in general for everything you have done. And I love you and I miss you. Teachers, stay strong. Just keep it going. We love you. We appreciate you. It may take a while for some people to appreciate what you do, but we definitely appreciate you. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Champion Chef Marshall from the Food Network's Chop. We are ready to chop, chop, chop. Let's say hello to Dubai and goodbye to stress. While they may be sleeping now, earlier today, a lucky teacher received a makeover all the way in Dubai, thanks to Beta, a makeup artist, author, and entrepreneur.
Hello and welcome to Teachers Fest. My name is Bita Gulchan and I am a makeup artist based out of Dubai, United Arab Emirates. I'm also the author of Boss Glam, the ultimate guide to corporate glam and empowerment, and a makeup and mindset coach. When Teachers Fest asked me to participate in this amazing event, celebrating teachers all over the world, I was delighted. I cannot wait to show you guys 5 tips that I used to apply makeup on our teacher, Carolyn, today in this video. And I hope that you take away amazing lessons and inspiration from her empowering story. Hello and welcome, Carolyn, to my studio. I'm so excited to do your makeup for you today. So tell us about who you are and how long you've been a teacher, Carolyn.
Well, my name is Carolyn. I'm 36 years old and I've been born and raised in Germany, and I've also made my education here. And it has always been a great wish to go abroad and be a teacher. So I was already teaching in Germany as well, but I couldn't let go of the thought that I have to do something and go abroad to complete my life. And that's what I did in 2015. I came to Dubai and I started my job here as well. Now, after 6 years, I can say that I have found my husband here. I'm married and I got my child in 2019. We have a 19-month-old son now. So being a teacher here in Dubai is quite interesting because you are in a multinational society here. And it's such a respectful community. Many people don't know that much about Dubai. So it has been a really, really great experience to live in a society like this so far. During the pandemic, many things have changed, not only to us, but of course how we live our lives and how we deal with each other. And as a teacher, this has been a very, very big impact, I think, but also in a positive way. Now, people know what teachers do every day.
That's true.
Many
because
students
they took it for granted before.
Exactly, because many people had to stay at home and homeschool their kids. And me, myself, and that was a big challenge. Because, of course, you are in Dubai, you don't have family here. My parents still live at home. So you have to manage your life here. And as a working mom and as a teacher and provide also the same level that you have always been doing, and nobody knew what was going on. It was for everybody a big challenge.
Yeah, it was. It was indeed.
And it was March last year. I think our flights were booked on the 27th of March to go home to my parents. My son was born in September 2019, and I didn't want to fly in December for Christmas. It was the first Christmas I wasn't home in my life. So that was already very hard to make this decision. So we were so looking forward to go in March. But then all the flights were canceled and we had to stay here. The school was closed and nobody was allowed to go out. There was a complete lockdown, and that had been very challenging, not only being within the pandemic, but also being a teacher. And as I already said, providing the same level of support for everybody while you are in this situation of suffering. This has been very challenging. I had a lot of talks to my students as well about the situation. Many got in touch with me and they needed some advice. They needed some help. So sometimes I was sitting at home at 10 o'clock in the evening talking to my students and to tell them everything's going to be fine and everything's going to be all right. And it was hard on all of us.
We'll check in later to see how the makeover is progressing. For now, it's time for another drum roll as we announce our jewelry winners. Thank you to Kendra Scott for the amazing jewelry. Next up, we will hear from students and teachers alike about the mutual impact they have made on each other's lives.
Hello, my name is Andrea Rivera Conte, and I am currently a sophomore at Lafayette College. To me, the best teachers are those who inspire students to challenge themselves, foster their passion for learning, and help them overcome obstacles. Throughout my academic career, I have had many teachers that have guided me through learning and have been a huge influence on who I am today. However, when I think of an outstanding teacher, one person comes to mind. When I moved to the US from Panama, I was 16 years old, and we were already halfway through the second semester when I started AP European History with Mr. Babachenko. At first, the new educational system as well as the challenging class proved daunting. I was really unsure if I should continue the class. However, Mr. Babachenko went above and beyond in terms of making sure I was able to catch up with my peers. He took the time to explain essay writing from scratch to me, something I had never done in school before up to this point, and he was instrumental as a part of my success in the class. Now, halfway through my college career, I have continued to take history and writing intensive classes, thanks to teachers like him who believed in their students and work every day to make a difference in their students' lives. So, if you want to show some appreciation for educators everywhere, make sure to check out Teacher Fest on Facebook and Instagram.
Hello, my name is Inderpreet Mundi, and I'm a senior at Stevenson University. Throughout my academic career, I've had numerous teachers that have fostered creativity in the classroom, have motivated students to exceed expectations, and have encouraged students to continue to be inquisitive learners. During my academic career in high school, one teacher that made a positive impact on me was my chemistry teacher, Mrs. Johnson. I was very scared to take general chemistry in high school. However, Mrs. Johnson provided numerous interactive activities such as making s'mores to understand how to balance equations. She offered tutoring sessions every single week during her lunch break, and she also offered to look over projects and papers to help guide students. Her integrative approach and passion for teaching made me pursue biology and take college chemistry classes such as organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, biochemistry, and food chemistry. Thank you so much for all that you do, teachers.
I'm Courtney Braxton, and teachers have impacted my life greatly. I was raised by my elderly grandmother. A lot of times, teachers were the only positive role models available. Teachers instilled in me the thirst for education and knowledge. They made me feel like someone other than my family wanted to see me succeed. Teachers never frowned or teased me because I was intelligent. Some of the greatest relationships I have to this day is with former professors, educators, and trainers. Teachers exposed me to different things, especially from those who did not look like me. I got to know the opinions and views of cultures outside of my neighborhood. My grandmother granted certain teachers the right to be authoritative with me because she knew I needed to learn certain lessons to become a man. Teachers have impacted me greatly then, and they continue to do so now. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Rufus McDowney. I'm coming from Washington, D.C. I'm 25 years old. I've been teaching for the last 5 years. I've been in education for the last 5 years. I've been teaching for Atlanta Public Schools the last 2 years. My first year teaching for Atlanta Public Schools, I actually had perfect attendance my entire year, which I intend to keep going for the remainder of this year as well. I take pride in that, just being there for my students on a regular. But I have to say that a memorable moment for me in Atlanta Public Schools, or just teaching in general, would have to be, I would say it have to be that the fact that my students gravitate towards me on a regular, the fact that they are thirsty for knowledge, the fact that they know I care about them, the fact that they see me on a daily basis. I would have to say that's a memorable moment for me. I would have to say that it's very important at that they know that you care about them, and the fact that you're there on a regular. You don't have to have perfect attendance, but the fact that you're consistently there for your students is something that they take notice in, and you should take pride in as a teacher. I would have to say the matriculation, secondly, is something that is very rewarding for me as a teacher. Just watching them hit their goals, build on their weaknesses, build on their strengths, and just becoming overall well-rounded. I think that is the most rewarding part for me as a teacher. Just watching them matriculate, watching them grow, watching them ask you for help, watching them kind of branch off and become independent in some ways. I would think that's the biggest for me being a teacher. Also, just the fact that now, just coming full circle, I feel like walking in my purpose, being a teacher, and enjoying the ride. I feel like it's a calling, not for everybody. I do feel as though this is something I can do for a very, very long time. I feel like I do it very well. So teaching for me is a passion. Teaching for me is not just something I take lightly.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Stephen Bond, history teacher at Wilson Preparatory Academy in Wilson, North Carolina, and I am so honored to be part of Teacher Fest this year for 2021. I've been a history teacher now for the last 21 years, and I love it so much. Some of the things I do to keep history engaging is I've been known to dress in different characters, and those characters can be a president, a Civil War veteran. I've dressed as Alexander Hamilton, I've dressed as George Washington. I have also my medieval outfits as well, and so I tend to dress up. And usually when I do dress up, it's going to be a fun day in class, and usually I pass out prizes and things. And I think these things are so important because these things make history not only relevant, but they make it interesting. And it's so important to bring history into life. And one of the things I'm most proud of is usually I have my student journal about things going on, especially with current events. And just last year, I had my students write about how they felt after COVID ended the school year, and also had them write about how they felt with the George Floyd situation. And I was so amazed what they wrote that had it published. And it's part of my book that I published called Perseverance in a Strange Land. And the book consists of several journals that my students wrote about dealing with Corona, how it ended school, ended their social events like the prom and field trips and graduation, and also about how they felt when George Floyd was killed. So I'm very proud of the work they've done. And so with that being said, I just enjoy teaching. I love teaching history. And like I said, I try the best I can to bring history into life and make it not only cool, but also important for these days. And so I'm so proud and excited to be part of Teacher Fest 2021. I thank you for all your help. And I thank you and have a good day, everyone.
Next, we'll hear from former NBA All-Star Gary Payton, and now new coach at Lincoln University.
Hey, this is Gary Payton. How you guys is doing? I just want to talk to you about a teacher who made a very impact on my life. Her name was Miss Lyles, Skyline High School, Oakland, California. I was growing up, was really lost, was running the streets, didn't think that, everything was serious. She was my algebra teacher. I was ineligible for my whole 10th grade year playing basketball. And all of a sudden, she took me to the side and said, I'm not giving you no grades. I'm going to work with you. I'm going to work with you every day. You got to be in here for me to even get you back to where you need to be on the basketball court. She was a big fan. She took me under her wing, had me come to her house, meet her husband, meet her kids. Got really, really tight with her. And she groomed me. Next thing you know, next 2 years, I'm getting 3.3s, 3.4s, and was eligible to qualify for a scholarship, and everything else took off. You know how it goes if everybody knew who I am. But that was an inspiration in my life that I remember. When she passed away, it was really hard for me. I went to the funeral and she wept, and because she was the one who saved my life. But you guys gotta know, always have somebody. It's always going to be somebody who saved you and will do the things that they needed to do. And Miss Lyles was that person for me. And thank you guys for letting me share that with you. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Daryl Green. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a grandpa. And I'm also a Pro Football Hall of Famer. I did well in my career, as you are as well. I remember my kindergarten teacher, Miss Totem, in Houston, Texas, J.J. Rhodes Elementary School. And I remember Mr. Guarantee at Bastion Elementary School in my 6th grade year, around the time my parents got divorced and we moved to another community. Those are 2 important teachers in my life, very special time for me. I know there are other years, but those 2 were the best. I just want to say to you, congratulations for being you, and thank you for serving young people, I believe personally that there are three very important factors in human development, and there's the love and nurture of your parents or guardians or whoever raised you. I think that there's a very important factor in terms of the understanding of the golden rule, what God says, the one who created us, the church, men and women of God. And thirdly, and super important, is teachers. People that interact with young people, kids, every day of their life, helping them learn the way, the American academic world, and getting us to another level. And so without that, we could do nothing. So I want to say to all of you, congratulations for a job well done to this point. Thank you for your service, particularly during the COVID time. And I want to also encourage you, it's not over, keep going. So God bless you. Thank you for serving. Take care.
Thank you so much. You have inspired so many athletes around the world. Thank you for being a teacher in your own right and inspiring young athletes.
Good evening and welcome to the Teachers Fest. My name is Jamil Canada. I've been an athletic director and teacher for the past 25 years. I have learned to develop a knack for seeing the potential in young people that cross my path. I have found myself speaking into their lives and drawing out the motivation they need to go where they're supposed to go in life. This is a calling and a gift. I left the field of education for a year, but found myself right back in the classroom working with our youth. This past year, we had some challenges and expectations put on us that made me wonder. It was tough, but there was nothing like seeing the youth fulfill their potential. Young people are looking for someone that believes in them. My athletes need me. This may not be for everyone, but it's for me.
A hardworking teacher here in the United States, specifically in the state of Maryland, had the honor of a celebrity experience from the makeup artist Derek Rutledge, whose work has graced the cover of Essence magazine and O magazine, to name a few. Derek Rutledge and his Washington, D.C. team, celebrity stylist Ron Cook and celebrity hairstylist Jermaine Nicholson, transformed special education teacher Malika Williams. Tonight, you will see the transformation unfold in front of your eyes.
Congratulations! Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you.
You did it. This is your day. This is your day.
I can't believe I'm here.
Thank you for everything you do for students. Everything, all the hard work.
Thank you. It's my heart. Teaching is my heart. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Thank you for this opportunity.
My gosh, this is what we do. We celebrate the hard work of teachers.
I can't wait. I'm excited. Thank you so much.
This is going to be such a treat for you. All right. You are about to meet DC's finest, Jermaine. You're in great hands right now. Jermaine, this is the teacher who has been awarded a full makeover, head to toe.
Thank you so much.
Yes, honors of Teachers Fest and our sponsors and partners. Enjoy.
Thank you. I can't wait.
So we're going to give you a makeover today. And then the first look, we'll give you two looks. So the first look, we're going to do more classroom, classroom style.
Yes, ma'am.
Then the second look, we're going to take you out on the tank.
Hey!
That.
I love it.
So as long as you're up for that, I'm excited I'm ready to get you started.
Let's get started. I'm ready.
Okay.
Malika, I'm going to introduce you now to your fashion stylist. He's going to take care of your style today. He's actually going to show you a few different styles.
Okay.
Ron Cook, one of DC's finest.
It's great to meet you, Malika. Just to let you know, I'm Ron Cook, a former fashion event coordinator for Lord & Taylor. And we used to have so many teachers come into the department store and buy our amazing brands. So that's what we have for you today, options with no failure.
I'm excited.
You're already a beautiful woman. We're just going to enhance that beauty.
Thank you so much. I'm just so excited. Oh my God, this is a dream come true.
Oh, I'm super excited for you. I'm super excited for you. You deserve it. All your hard work. Thanks for everything you do for the students. Everything.
Thank you,
Malika.
Thank you both.
All right, Malika. So you met your hairstylist, the fashion stylist.
Yes.
Now, are you ready to meet your makeup artist?
Yes.
All right. You're gonna feel like a celebrity for a moment because you are going to have the experience, the Derek Rutledge experience. He is a makeup artist for former First Lady Michelle Obama, Patty LaBelle, and so many others.
Oh my gosh.
So many others. And now Malika Williams. Malika Williams, please meet Derek Rutledge.
How are you? It is so good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Have a seat. It is so good to meet you, Malika. I've heard so much about you from Sayini, all the wonderful things that you do for your kids. And the reason why I say that because I come from a family of educators. My mother was a principal at a school in Northeast DC, Drew Elementary, and she was there for 40 years. Started in 1960. She worked her way from kindergarten teacher to 6th grade to counselor, vice principal, principal, all the same school.
Wow.
In 40 years. And then my sister, God rest her soul, was a 2nd grade teacher. She passed, and she was 25 years at the same school. And my other sister is a special education teacher, been doing it for 30 years. So I commend you all for everything you do. I, of course, follow their path, but I am an educator of youth. So I like to train women, teach women, coach women on just how they can feel good from the inside out with upgrading their image with beauty and clothes. And you know that how what they say, when you look good, you feel good. So today we're going to bring you in and we're going to help you feel your absolute best, okay?
Yes, excellent. Okay?
I can't wait either. Let's go.
Ron Cook, thank you so much for helping us celebrate teachers.
Oh, absolutely.
On behalf of Teachers Fest and our team, we thank you. And we know that Malika is in great hands today.
I'm excited about dressing her. You know, her sorority's colors are this particular color, and so I took great pride in pulling some pieces that would definitely exemplify her sorority. I'm a big, I love sorority women. I love the whole thought of that. And of course I love teachers as well. So I thought about these different pieces, one by American designer, Calvin Klein, and then this piece is by an African-American woman who's married to a Pakistani gentleman. Her name is Zahir Pirzada. Teachers like to wear blazers for that authoritative look. Always with a pop of color. And this is great for any season.
Can't wait to see the
See
end
it
result.
the end result, absolutely. Don't forget we have great shoes here.
Shoes make the outfit.
Absolutely. And it's in the mix that makes the match.
Ah. Thank you so much for your inspiring words, Derek. You are truly showing us how to make ourselves over from the inside out. Teaching is an incredibly rewarding profession, but circumstances can sometimes stretch educators further than they were ever willing to be stretched. While we wait patiently for the final reveal to this glorious makeover, let's hear from our peers who hope to remind us to continue to walk in our purpose.
Hi, I'm Dr. Trevor Buffoni. I'm a Spanish teacher at Bel Air High School in Houston, Texas. My students and I, we love to dance, so you might have seen us on social media, on Dub Smash, on TikTok, doing stuff like this.
So you can tell your friend, shoot your shot when you see him. It's okay, he already in my DM.
It's important for me to use a creative approach with my students because I really believe that if they can express themselves fully through music, through dance, through art, through whatever it might be, that they will then be able to really have a better learning experience and feel more comfortable in my classroom. So much of public education is really about students losing their identities, right? They're trying to fit into a certain mold. They're trying to be a certain type of person. And in my classroom, I really say, no, I want you to be yourself. I want you to listen to the music that you listen to. I want you to speak the way you speak. I want you to dress the way you want to dress. I want you to feel comfortable being your whole self in my classroom. And to me, that is one of the most important parts of my job. I know for many of us, this year has been really difficult and burnout is real. And so something that I've always tried to do is really privilege the things that make me feel good, that make me feel like I'm having a good time and are bringing joy to my life, right? Whether it's reading, sewing, running, drinking coffee in the morning with, in silence, right? Whatever it might be. For me, it's dance, it's music. I try to do those things and really create the best opportunity for me to feel joy in my life. On June 18th, my book came out, Renegades, Digital Dance Cultures from Dub Smash to TikTok. And half of that book is about social media influencers using those apps. And the other half is about my classroom, right? So I write about how these digital dance cultures, how TikTok culture, how Dub Smash culture play out in my classroom, right? And it really deals with inclusive teaching, anti-racist teaching, and really ways for white educators to reach and work with alongside students of color. And we dance. We have a lot of fun in my classroom, but it's not just about dancing. There's something there for everyone if it's really about finding ways to connect with students.
My name is Crystal Harding. I've been a music teacher in Ypsilanti, Michigan for 34 years. I've taught from the elementary level to high school and even some at the college level, and I've taught adults. And I absolutely love being a music teacher. I love being a teacher and having an impact on my community. A funny story I will share. I had become well known for my dollar store, $1 million dollar store musicals, making costumes out of things from the dollar store, taking discarded items and turning them into musical instruments. So I once had a parent tell me that their kid came home and said that they were going to be playing the styrofoam in the school musical. And they just thought, wow, she's so creative. My kid gets to play the styrofoam in the school musical. And she said she was so disappointed when she got to the musical and saw her child sitting on the stage playing the xylophone. So, I like making performances, doing musicals, recitals, all kinds of stuff. My words of advice to other teachers would be true to yourself. You are in this for the kids. Do what the kids need you to do. Don't worry about teacher evaluations. Don't be concerned about getting in good with the administrators, test scores, none of that stuff. You need to give your students what they need to develop the character to function in this cruel world of ours. Teach your kids integrity. It's not about the statistics that you need to present to the state. It is about the kids. It is only about the kids. Love your students. Love what you do. Teach your students.
Good evening. My name is Robert Johnson, and I am excited to participate in the inaugural Teacher Fest Virtual Extravaganza. As a 20-year educator in both Prince George's County Schools and the District of Columbia, and in higher education, my goal is to hopefully provide an opportunity to individuals to understand my career path, to inspire and motivate individuals into going into education. My first years in education, I realized early on that I needed to align myself with peer mentors. It was an invaluable opportunity to obtain feedback from individuals that have been in the classroom and that have gone on into administration as well. Throughout that interaction, it was clearly stated to me that I needed to be a subject matter expert, that I needed to understand how to connect with students, that I needed to understand how to provide formal and informal assessments, but to also understand policy, engagement with parents, engagement with students, and just more importantly, having fun and learning on the job. I found that The level in education that I was most comfortable with was in both high school and elementary school. I would strongly advise anyone going into education, find your niche, find the subject that you would love to work in, and find the grade level of students that you want to work with. Find peer mentors, align yourself with individuals that understand your career goals, put in the time, put in the work, have fun, understand policy, connect with students, engage with parents, collaborate with your community, and most importantly, make certain that every decision that you make has the student outcomes in mind.
Hello, I'm just too cool for school. Yeah, probably not. My name is Dr. Tiffany Bell, and I want to talk to you a little bit about who I am, how I got here, and what I do. So currently I work at Valparaiso University as the graduate director of the digital media program. In this program, we focus on 2 tracks. We focus on digital media and we focus on sports media. Very cool, very interesting, very timely, especially with relation to COVID-19. Everybody needs to know about digital media and how it actually works. My PhD is in intercultural communication from Howard University. And you're asking yourself, what exactly is intercultural communication? So let me go ahead and give you my quick elevator speech. Intercultural communication focuses on how your culture impacts the way you communicate. Yeah, it does. A lot of us will ask questions, well, why couldn't that person just directly say this? Well, it's not just someone's personality. It's probably how they were culturally raised to do something that impacts the way they are communicating. So those are the kind of things we explore. But specifically, we explore those ideas with relation to the media. So we see the relationship between intercultural communication and the media. And we bridge it together. And that's specifically what I focus on as a scholar and a researcher.
Here's another update on the amazing makeover one teacher's receiving in Dubai.
I teach students, they are 5th grade to 12th grade. This is in the German system. They are 10 years old to 18 years old.
Oh my God,
yeah.
this is
the most
crucial,
important time, of developing.
This is when they're developing, and they're priming themselves. So this is, my God,
yes.
God bless you guys,
Yes.
honestly.
So I think since the pandemic and as the role of being a teacher is so important, what I've taken from now is that people have to be there for each other. People have to be more crucial about that other people are important to them, like you are important to me today. Because my journey today as a teacher is not only being important for other people, but also I have to do something for myself sometimes. And this is why it's important to also say I need a very good makeup that makes me so happy what it did today. Since that we all have kind of changed, but we also have to go to a step where we look into the future and say it's all going to be better and happy. And teachers are important as well as human beings and parents and students and everybody on this planet.
The first thing is skincare. You want to make sure your skin is prepped and moisturized. But the one thing I discovered recently is using primer underneath the eyes. And also, since we are in a pandemic, and we're out with masks on our faces, there's really no need to put a full makeup on our face. What I focus on is mainly above the mask and just a little bit on the cheekbones here because the mask goes down. So the bottom half of your face is not going to be played with so much, you know? All right, so now I'm going to prime her eyelids. It's from P. Louise. It's a base that helps to grip eyeshadow. She does have, close your eyes, she does have a little bit of pinkish on her eyes, so always go in with a primer that is matte and not really too moisturizing because our eyelids tend to get oily. And if we use a concealer, which I know a lot of people use as an eyeshadow primer, to make sure that the concealer is not hydrating and it's not too liquidy, because it could ruin the eyeshadow in the long run, right? I'm going to use this eyeshadow palette. Is Violet Voss. It's called Holy Grail.
That sounds
the Holy
very
Grail
good.
of palettes. Since we're talking about empowerment, this is a coincidence.
Yes.
So makeup is the Holy Grail of empowerment.
That's it. So there it is. The answer. Very good. That's the perfect name.
I swear I did not plan this. This just happened.
The significance of an apple. Did you know that your desk holds gold? Well, not the gold you would expect, but perhaps something just as valuable. At the start of a new school year, teachers would find a desk full of apples as a gift from excited children. This is a tradition that dates back to frontiers, schoolhouses, and a time when drinking apple cider was considered safer than drinking water. Cider could be considered liquid gold, as it was often used to barter in lieu of money. Baskets of apples or cider were given to teachers to supplement low wages, and the community was expected to house and feed those that dedicated their time to educating their children. The red apple is part of the Teachers Fest brand and logo. We use it as a symbol of our appreciation and a gift to teachers. Anytime you receive an apple from your student or Teachers Fest, you are receiving gold, a symbol of support from a community that cares.
Wow, the apple has a pretty juicy backstory, and it was great. You know, take a bite out of history. Anywho, the red apple is part of the Teachers Fest brand and logo. We use it as a symbol of appreciation and gift to teachers. But what's this? More laptop winners? By now, you should already know what comes next. Drum roll, please. Next up, more encouraging teacher stories.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robin Thornhill. I hope that you will agree with me when I say that being a teacher is an honor and a privilege. Teaching is a vital calling, and it is that calling that's energized with care that's demonstrated when we embrace the challenge to help students move towards excellence. And that excellence is achieved when they're able to successfully uncover and discover things about themselves, others, and the world. So thank you so much for accepting the assignment of this noble vocation. I celebrate you.
Hey and hello, fellow teachers, educators, and students of education at Teachers Fest. My name is Rebecca Russ, and I'm from Stockholm, Sweden, where I work as a drama pedagogue in a project at Fryshuset Foundation. I'm going to start off by sharing a brief story with you. The story is about a little girl. A girl who fought her inner demons and struggles. She never felt quite good or confident about herself, thinking that she wasn't even smart enough to make it through school. But there were subjects, or rather passions, she discovered, in which she could escape into a magical world. It was a magical world of theater and arts. When she was there, she felt free, because she was able to thrive and flourish, and it made her feel strong and confident and smart. Through my work as a drama pedagogue at Fryshuset Foundation, drama and theater are pedagogical tools that I use to connect with students that I meet. Using drama as a tool in education strengthens social awareness, develops language skills, as well as speaking skills. Drama also enables individuals' voice and encourages them to increase empathy for others, as well as enhancing engagement and motivation to sustainable learning. I'm sure we all want our students to be active learners and to maintain the knowledge that we provide them. When we use different creative methods, we also teach students to master and enhance critical thinking skills that can also strengthen the group dynamics. And it can also make the classroom into a safe space where all students can feel free to express themselves, feeling accepted for who they are, and showing trust and respect towards each other. The little girl I was telling you about in the beginning is in front of you today. If I were not noticed by one of my teachers who encouraged me to explore my passion, if that one teacher had not believed in me nor shown me any faith, I would probably not be in front of you today. Today I'm on my way to finishing my master's degree in drama and applied theater at the Stockholm's University. When I meet adolescents or teenagers in my work, I always try my best to notice if someone is struggling or fighting his or her demons. Because I know for a fact that one teacher can make a difference and impact the future of that one student. And it will matter for that one student in the future if they were noticed and supported into thriving in their own magical world. Thank you for listening.
Lots more coming up.
What are you looking towards next?
What am I looking toward next? What my face is going to look like. I've never had a full makeup job before, so I'm looking forward to what I look like with a full face.
love how she's looking. I really do. I think she looks fabulous. From the makeup and how the colors in her face pick up on the blouse to Ron, the styling that Mr. Cook Ron did. Here, he chose a wonderful outfit. And then I love how he kicked it with that shoe down there at the floor. And then Jermaine, what can we say with Jermaine? Jermaine rocked the hair. You saw what it looked like at the beginning. Look at this.
Yes,
This nice, thick, healthy hair.
Yes, it is. And it's beautiful, beautiful cut and wonderful, easy lip. It's just absolutely magnificent. Of course, the makeup accents everything. that the outfit is saying.
I love that, yes.
Easy, lush, fantastic.
Beautiful, stunning. This is classroom ready.
Yes. Or in other words, classroom etiquette and real.
I love it.
Delaware State University President Tony Allen had an initiative to make sure his students and faculty were safe during the COVID-19 crisis. The administration put forth the plan to test students and faculty twice a week. Delaware State University has seen less than 1% infection rate. After much success, President Biden named Tony Allen CEO of the Presidential Inaugural Committee. Lastly, the university announced that it canceled $700,000 in debt for graduates affected by the pandemic. Kudos to you, President Allen, and your university for keeping your students safe and being an example for many universities nationwide.
Teachers, greetings to some of the most dedicated, hardworking professionals I know. Today is about you. In fact, this whole year was about people like you. We have come through some enormous challenges, but teachers in particular had to be inspirations and exceptional professionals to young people who were facing any number of obstacles to completing their education. The social isolation of Zoom, the inherent mask wearing, the idea that they had to continue to get their work done even when they couldn't connect with their classmates and friends. I know those challenges are significant, but I also know that the teaching profession, the educational enterprise, is built for folks like you. People who care, people with the grit and determination to never say no, and to always find the right way for us to reach the ultimate success. You, like all of our frontline heroes, are heroes each and every day because of what you do. So while I know this last year may have been frustrating, it also was very important to who you are and what our discipline represents. You mold young people, give them to places like Delaware State University, and give us an opportunity to build on that and make those same students not only exceptional professionals, but also courageous citizens. Nothing could be more important. So as you look toward the fall, recognize a couple of things. You need to rest and recharge. And second, while the hurdles and challenges will be different, you'll get through them too. Better, more inspired, and continuing to do the thing you love most, educate students for a globally changing world. Thank you for all you do, and have a great day.
Hi, I'm Dr. Renee Carr. I'm a French and Spanish high school teacher in Fairfax County Public Schools, and I'm a recent author of a book called Accountability in the Classroom, Using Social Emotional Learning to Guide School Improvement. So I'd like to talk to you today at Teacher Fest about why I became a teacher and why it's so important to me in my career in education. So for me, I started out as a career changer into teaching, actually taught English abroad for a year in France, and that really helped me with my French teaching. But I actually ended up working at a lot of nonprofits, association world, as well as a government contractor and a university. So for me, I really felt like I was very interested in educational research and policy. And for me to understand, what it's like to be on the front line, it was very important for me to become a teacher and have that real life experience. I have learned so much from my students. My students teach me on a daily basis. I enjoy learning from the heritage speakers about their culture, about a lot of their own routines and their families, and it just really has enriched me quite a bit in my teaching as well, so then I can provide those experiences and knowledge to my future students. So I taught for 3 years in Prince George's County Public Schools. I had a lot of students from West Africa, like French-speaking Africa, and from Cameroon, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, and Senegal, Togo. I learned so much from them that I'm now in Fairfax County. A lot of my students can be from Morocco, the Democratic Republic of Congo. They're from Egypt, Ethiopia, but I also have heritage speakers of Spanish, and it's my first year teaching Spanish. So from Bolivia, for instance, El Salvador. I'm learning so much from them as well. So for me, there's very few jobs where you can really see that reward and benefit of that live kind of seeing like how you're providing this expertise and how they're also kind of like give and take, which is also rare. So this is kind of this live reward that you don't really see in any other profession. So that's a little bit about me, why I became a teacher, and the impact it's had on my career. So keep up the good work, teachers, and thank you so much for participating in Teachers Fest.
As educators, we encourage our students to prepare. It's not often that we accept the excuse that life got in the way of a student studying for a test or completing an assignment. The work can sometimes be tedious, but we always encourage our students to keep working because we know ultimately this is in their best interests. We can see the bigger picture. The same applies to financial planning. The world is always changing, and it is very important that we properly prepare ourselves for our futures. Our next guest is Shirley Liu, one of the elite experts in the financial industry, and she has served countless clients for nearly 25 years. She has been featured in Oprah Magazine, Forbes Magazine, and was the 2015 Philanthropist of the Year.
Hello teachers, I am Shirley Liu, CEO and founder at Shirley Liu & Associates. Wow, it's such an honor to have been chosen to speak to all of you wonderful educators. No doubt that the education industry was one of the hardest industry impacted by COVID. I was always impressed how one teacher can manage a room full of 20 plus kids. Now, you need to do it without any physical interaction? Over the internet? Everyone should give yourself a round of applause. You really deserve it. It's truly a pleasure being here with all of you. And like many of you, my story is not filled with roses and daisy. I had everything going for me. A wonderful husband and 3 beautiful kids. Life was good. But little did I know, things were going to change. In the culture I grew up in, the man always ran the finances. Unfortunately, my husband let his policy lapse and ended his life prematurely. I was devastated and left all alone with nothing but our 16, 15, and a 1-year-old. This business is personal to me. After that, I made it my mission to educate myself and others in the world of personal finances. You teachers are the backbone of our country and are often overlooked by other people in my industry, but not by me. You all offer some wonderful benefits, but there are still a lot of secrets in the financial industry that you deserve to know about. I show people how to create tax-free income stream for life. The life insurance you are offered from your school district is either free or very cheap, but do you know what happens when you leave or retire? Not many people do. This is why I'm different. Everyone here has a 403B, right? How excited were you last year when you got the 2020 quarterly statements? When the stock market makes money, you make money. But what happens when the stock market loses? We work with accounts where you can get the upside of the market gains, but never risk losing any of your money when the market loses. I can hear you already, but will I still have a guaranteed income that my pension provides? Yes! We can provide all of that while also giving you a guaranteed stream of income, just like a pension. This past year, we didn't get one call from any of our 35,000 clients asking why they lost money. In fact, they called us to thank us for helping to keep their asset protected. At the end of the day, those phone calls are what keeps me going. Listen, I want to help you. I do a lot of these events. I know how they work. Everyone is happy and excited and grateful for the information. But once you get home and sit on the couch, this is nothing but a distant memory. Therefore, if you sit down to meet with any one of my team, we'll give you a free council key. This castle key is a very secure drive where you can store all of your most sensitive financial, legal documentation, so in the event something happens to you, your family will know where to find all that important documents. We'd love to hear from you. No need to buy anything, just meet with us and we'll happily get you a castle key for free. Thanks everybody for watching, and I can't wait to meet with you in person.
I just learned so much about financial wellness. I can even feel my net worth going up. Let's check in with Beta for the final reveal.
And this is we call hooded eyes. And that means that the crease area is bigger than her lid area. So when she opens her eyes, when she looks straight, you barely can see what's on her lid. And so what we're gonna do is create a false lid, just extending it a little bit higher, that will go a little bit up to her crease area. So when she opens up her eyes and looks straight, we'll be able to see a little bit of what is going on her eyelids. And when she blinks, that'll see, and then you'll see the party on her eyes. So her eye crease is kind of like the gateway, the bouncers at the party that's happening on her eyes.
Amazing.
And we're gonna need a VIP pass.
We do.
To get to her lids.
We do.
In a short while.
I love this.
You tap this with the flat shader brush on her lid. And first she's going to look straight. Open your eyes. And I'm going to do this with your eyes open, just so I know how far up to go. And when you're doing this for yourself, you want to make sure you do it the same way as well. Do it with your eyes open. Tap it so when you open your eyes, you can kind of see it, right? It's going to be a little bit higher, so just about there. That's your marking. And I'm just going to fill this and follow along just a little bit on either side. Another tip that I can give you guys is take a candle holder. This is a candle holder, and we have this lying around the house, and we never think of we can use it for it. Mm-hmm. So what I've discovered is I call it my shadow tap. Mm-hmm. So basically, instead of in the past, I used to like tap on the ground, and I used to ruin my clients' carpets and my own carpet and the entire floor and everything, and I had to carry a huge bin with me everywhere. And I'm like, why didn't I think of this earlier? So now, shadow tap.
I see a completely happy and beautiful woman that is able to also use the technique that you have used, that was really taking care and paying attention. Yeah. So also the blending on the eyes, for example, and how you put on the mascara to make it more glow, and also use the lash curler, something like this, and that this has to glow here. This is definitely what I'm going to adapt from the session. Thank you so much. Definitely I will use more brushes and the tap.
Yep.
And everybody needs a holy grail.
And they do. That's how it really was anything. It was meant to be. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, but I had so much fun.
And thank you to the Fest as well, the Teachers Fest, for allowing us to film and to participate. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much, Beta, for giving the luxurious makeover to a well-deserving teacher in Dubai.
The night would not be complete without a message from the 2021 National Teacher of the Year.
Hello, teachers celebrating at the Teachers Fest. My name is Juliana Urtubey, and I am so proud to be a special education teacher and learning strategist at Booker Elementary in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm also exceptionally proud to be the 2021 National Teacher of the Year. This pride that I have comes from the love that I have for teachers, for educators. The work that we collectively do transforms lives, it transforms families and communities. And I'm so excited that we're taking the time to uplift and to celebrate each and every person in attendance work. I'd also like to remind us that we have been through quite a hard year and a half, and that during this time, that celebrating our colleagues, celebrating ourselves is a great way of taking care of ourselves. Taking these moments to pause and connect really help us make sure that we have the collective energy to move forward. This year, as the National Teacher of the Year, my goal is to advocate for a joyous and just education for all. By joyous, I mean that all students have a deep sense of belonging at their school. The way we cultivate a deep sense of belonging for all of our students is by uplifting and acknowledging who they are, their strengths, their brilliance, their hobbies, their languages, their cultures, their community and family structure. These are really critical elements so that students feel continual joy within all spaces in schools. And just because we are identifying and assessing for inequities, for barriers of access that are perpetual in our school, and that we are working collectively to make sure that we are designing solutions that are informed by students and their families, that are informed by teachers, so that all students can thrive in joy and justice within their education. This philosophy of education comes from a collective and collaborative work, the work that I've done with families at my schools. At my previous school, Crestwood Elementary, we built a garden, and we built this garden slowly but together. Community had input in what we built, how we built it, and when we built it. In turn, our students became known as the Gnomies. They're gnomes who are homies, and they're caretakers, not just of the garden, but of their community. Through this garden, all the adults, all the stakeholders, all the students realized that we all had a collective goal. And that collective goal was to make sure that we had healthy, thriving students, and that our students had access to the things that made them thrive, the joy that made their learning worthwhile. And so through this family connection of building the garden, our school became a happier place. Teachers loved teaching in the garden, students loved learning, and families loved being a part of our school. Teachers, I am so thankful to you. I'd love to take this last minute that I have with you to thank you and to share that I am just so proud to be a teacher right alongside you. Your voice matters, your leadership matters. Collectively, we are in a time right now where teachers are being centered in policy and budgets. Let's speak up. Let's listen to each other. Let's ask our students and their families what they need, what they would like from their education, and let's continue to make these dreams possible. Thank you all to all the organizers who planned such a wonderful event celebrating teachers. It has been an absolute joy to spend these moments with you. Continue to celebrate and rest and gear up for a wonderful, joyous and just 2021-2022. Thank you.
We are here this evening because we all agree that teachers deserve to be celebrated and honored. A Teacher of the Year is someone who redefines what it means to be an educator. Tonight, we want to recognize a teacher whose remarkable work with her students is noteworthy. Of course, all teachers deserve kudos, but you will agree with me after you hear this story. This teacher deserves Teachers Fest's first Teacher of the Year award.
Okay, so I have been teaching at my high school for probably about 10 years. And probably the second year, and I started coaching cheerleading, which was a very interesting thing because I didn't expect to coach. I had never been a cheerleader, but I made great strides and I bonded really with a group of students who I wouldn't normally access. I had a couple of colleagues who came to me probably around my 10th year in, and we had a student who just so happened to also be one of my cheerleaders who was going through a situation where she didn't have a place to stay that was permanent. As a guidance counselor, a teacher, and the cheerleading coach, we all talked about what should we do. I'm not really sure how we came up with the plan, but my husband and I talked about it briefly, and we had a 3-year-old, and we lived in Wilmington near the school. I think it was kind of a crazy thing for me to come home and say, hey, I have a student, one of my cheerleaders who needs a place to stay. Do you think we could accommodate? We opened our home to Kendra. And I remember the night that I went to get her from Chester, Pennsylvania, which I had never been to. And she had all these like garbage bags full of things, and we put them in the truck and drove her back to my house, and we got her a bed and set her up in a room and tried to provide a stable environment so that she could finish school. Because I think that was the overall point of it. You know, she wanted to be able to finish school with her peers, with her friends, and we wanted to be able to provide her with that opportunity to do that. Little did we know how much she would change our lives. It was almost like she became a big sister to my child. And she also really became an important part of our family. Like, my family members knew her. I think my mom was like buying presents, like, oh, I got to get something for Kendra. Till this day, people are always like, do you talk to her? I'm like, yeah, she's doing well. So between that community of my family and my friends at work, we were willing to do whatever we had to do. We're in a sorority. And I remember my girlfriend, who's a guidance counselor, and she was also a coach with me. She said, hey, we're going to put her in a scholarship program so that she can go to school. My other girlfriend who was in school said, hey, we're having college tours. We're going to take her on college tours. We're going to do all of these things. I'm going to take her to Delaware State University and show her what that campus life is like. We ended up putting her in our scholarship program, and she was able to get enough money to go to college and live on campus. And we did all of that. And it was a great opportunity for us to step in. And then we build bonds with her family so that by senior year, that transition was a little bit easier to go into. You know, her sister came back, and we were able to help her out with prom, and they took her to Delaware State, and she was able to attend and graduate. And it was just an awesome outcome. And I think it was a community effort. Even though she lived with us, it really was a community effort, because as soon as we figured out we could help another child stay out of the system, we did what we needed to do. And there was no question about doing what needed to be done.
She always encouraged me to do better, no matter what. And honestly, her role in my life plays a lot to do with just everything. How art, I was just like, so I love that about her. She always was very expressive, and she played a big part of my life, and I appreciate it. I love you, Miss Tabron.
Because I really don't want to cry, Kendra, so don't say it.
Oh, you already had me crying already. I'm all like trying to go on camera,
So no, I'm so proud of the woman you've become.
Thank you.
I've never rooted for someone more than I've rooted for you. And you
for believing
to know that, because I still believe that anything you want to do, you can do. I hope that you always look at your story as the start.
Hi guys, I am here to surprise Miss Tabron with the Teachers of the Year award for the Teachers Fest. She doesn't know I'm here, so I'm super excited and I cannot wait. It's a surprise.
I've been a teacher for 21 years, and my purpose in life isn't just to teach, it's to show you who you are. Stop, okay, don't make me cry. We want to say I really want you to know that winning Teacher of the Year really has a lot to do with you. So thank you. No, I'm so serious. You believe me? Thank you, Dr. Soyini, for the Teacher of the Year award, and thank you for recognizing teachers with Teacher Fest.
Okay, it's finally time for us to take a look at the unveiling of the Extreme Makeover.
finally coming in. We've taken Malika from a day look and being in class, and then we're going to take her to an evening outing with her girls.
Because of her wonderful sorority Sigma Gamma Rho, I chose a wonderful separate, a beautiful high-low top with bell sleeves and black graphics on it. And it flows, it moves in the easiest of silk. And I also chose a fitted, high-waisted band skirt, wonderful by Joan Box. Incredible, and it stretches and it looks wonderful on Malika.
And it's so comfortable. I love it.
Great. And you also said you like the fact that it gives you a little control, didn't you?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So it camouflages those things that you want to camouflage.
Absolutely. A bandage top, a bandage skirt does it all the time. The top is by Black designer Zahir Pirzada. And I love mixing known designers with emerging designers.
I love that. I love how you chose this, Ron. Now, Jermaine, how did you come up with this hairdo here that...
When you first sent me her picture,
right.
I was in a natural state.
Right.
So I said, well, you asked me what I was going to do with that.
Right.
I said, we're going to do something to that so I can give her a nice pin-up for an evening look. So I wanted to give her a nice pin-up that was still the same texture of her hair. So it wasn't too different from a transformation. Just a little get up and go with something she can maintain and tie up at night and hang out with the girls.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love the naturalness of that. It's absolutely beautiful. And I love how you took and you incorporated her hair and just added some extensions there to pick up the texture that her hair was naturally had. Yeah. You did a wonderful job.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much, gentlemen.
And then after she got out of Jermaine's chair, she sat in my chair. What did I do? I took her to the top. She said, I'm going to be stepping out with my girls, and I want to make them jealous. I said, well, we're going to make them jealous. We're going to make them want to know, well, who did your makeup? What did they do? And I said, every time that you bat your eye, they're going to be wanting to know what colors we use. But what I did was I picked up the blues in her blouse. I used 4 different shades of blue. I used a navy in the outer perimeter and in the crease. I used a iridescent blue on the lids, and I used a very light aqua blue in the inner corners of her eyes, and then I paired that with a beautiful lilac and purple lipstick, and then I popped the center just like this with some sheer gloss, just to give that lip some pop and some sexiness. So every time she bats her eyes and then she smiles, her teeth glisten.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. That's the Derek Rutledge effect, everybody.
Here we have a complete transformation from day to evening with Malika. And tell us, how do you feel about both?
I feel amazing. I feel this superstar. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
There you go.
Pat.
Okay, Malika, you've now been glamorized by Ron, Jermaine, and myself. You're going out on the town. You're actually, this is like, I would say, this is a Saturday night, going to the club or maybe going out to dinner with your man. It's a girl's night out. I love it. Girls' night out. So how do you feel how do you feel you look right now?
Oh, not how I feel. I know I look good.
I love that. I love that confidence.
I know that I look good.
So did we perfect your presence?
Yes, and I thank you all.
That's wonderful.
I appreciate everyone's time and effort on me. Thank you so much.
We want to give a huge thank you to Shirley Liu and Associates for making tonight's mega prize possible. Right now, it's time for our last drum roll of the evening. We are going to announce tonight's winner of the major prize of $1,000. Yes, one lucky educator is going to receive $1,000.
Hey, good evening, everyone. This is your man, Montel Jordan, and I am so honored to celebrate with you for Teachers Fest 2021. Now, there's so many things that I can say about teachers, and I simply choose to say thank you. When Teachers Fest first asked me to present the winner for the grand prize of $1,000 to an educator who registered for their inaugural year event, I said to myself, wow, this is how they do it. You see what I did there? No, but really, congratulations to the winner, and congratulations to all the teachers who made it through one of the toughest years of your career. And I pray that this has made you stronger, more resilient, more passionate, more compassionate to teach our future generations. And I'm proud of you. I wanted to personally stop by and let you know that you are wanted, you're needed, you're appreciated, you are honored, you are valued, you are worthy, you are celebrated not only for what you do, but more so for who you are. I want to say God bless you. Thank you to all the educators watching tonight. Thank you to Teachers Fest for reminding us to celebrate the hard work of teachers, your hard work. This is how we do it.
Tonight has been a dream come true. I come from 3 generations of educators. I dedicate this evening's show to my mother, Barbara Patricia Richards. She has given me life, and I thank her for the gift of education. I also would like to thank each of you for attending this evening's inaugural Teachers Fest virtual extravaganza. What would the world be without teachers? Thank you, and God bless.